Hey, this is week 1, and this is where I describe day by day the surgery and what happened after week 1. This was a lifesaver for me. Week 1. What's up? This is Scott. Week 1 is over. It was a rough week, but it's over. So my weight at the time of surgery was 336 pounds. My weight today is 320 pounds. Quite a bit of loss in 1 week. So let's talk about surgery. So it's about time. I'm gonna go get the sleeve done. This looks like a beret. It looks like a French beret.
Yes, because you are Le Scott.
Le Scott.
This is
This
is Scott Le Carlson.
Scott Le Carlson with my surgery beret. Anyway, about to go back and get the gastric sleeve. There's nothing else to say right now, but
Are you nervous?
I am not nervous.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Did you almost pass out?
I almost passed out because I always almost pass out for the IV.
Show me the IV.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on.
Show me 1 and 2.
Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Oh.
Where's the failed IV?
That, she was a fail.
IV failed.
She had to do it twice. Anyway. The other voice you hear is my beautiful wife, Kim. Okay, I woke up in recovery, and then they take my bed and we go to the room. Don't remember much about it. I remember an elevator, I remember passing a waiting room. Everything was very blurry, and it wasn't blurry just because I didn't have my glasses or my contacts in. I was drugged up. Not long after I got in the room, a nurse shows up and she says I have to walk. So I guess this is very common. They make you get up and walk. My mouth felt like it was full of cotton. I was so thirsty. The nurses said I could have some ice chips. I put 1 ice chip in my mouth, chewed it up, swallowed it, and it hurt like hell. It hurt really bad. My wife and the nurse had to help me sit up. I get sat up, I grab my IV bag, it's got the rollers on it, and my wife helps me go down the hall. I probably go about 30 feet. Not very far at all. And the only reason why was I'm drugged up still. So it wasn't easy to walk, but the nurse said I had to walk, so I walked.
Wait. Okay.
All right, I'm going down the nurse's station because this thing's going crazy.
Hey, what is it?
This is what happens. Look, this is what happens when you get surgery. Sometimes it's BYOG. Get your own, BRB bag. One thing though, my wife though, she was great. She helped me pretty much every step. They had a couch in the room next to me, and my wife spent the night. She put my boots on and off. They give you these air compression boots. They don't cover your feet. They're just, they cover your ankle and about mid-calf, and they blow up with air. It's not a big deal. But they hook up to the bed. So every time I would try to get up, my wife would have to undo them so I could get up. Okay, one of the things, I felt like a Macy's parade balloon. They pump a lot of gas into you, probably to manipulate your organs, and I was still full of gas. I complained to the nurse about the gas, and she said that walking would help alleviate the gas. So I walked. I was a walking fool. And then after I went to sleep, the nurse kept coming in there probably every hour, 2 hours to wake me up so I could go walk. My wife went walking with me. She's a trooper. So at this point, it's nighttime. I probably have eaten 6 pieces of ice. I found if you put a piece of ice in your mouth, I found for me, if I put a piece of ice in my mouth before I go walking, it was a lot better. It hurt, but I don't know if the walking got my mind off of it, but it was a little better. Let's see, the morphine, I did get morphine once, and I hated it. Made me feel super drunk. They put it in my IV, and all of a sudden I was out. I felt like I was really drunk. I did not like that feeling whatsoever. So I only got the morphine once. Made it through the night, really hating life. Day 1 sucks. Day 2. Day 2, I felt a little better, just a little. I was able to use my arms to pull up with the railing so I could sit myself up. My wife still had to take the boots off, but I was able to use my arms. I could not use my stomach muscles, but I could use my arms enough to get set up. On the second day, I was able to walk a lot further. I would walk pretty much 2 laps around my floor. So walking was a lot easier on the second day. The gas still hurts on the second day. Swallowing still hurts on the second day. That's when the nurse shows up, and she's got broth and a small bottle of water and a small packet of this protein drink. And she says, today I need to drink a lot of fluid. And I'm thinking, I can't swallow ice chips. How am I supposed to eat broth and drink fluid? But I pushed through it very painfully, and I got some water down. I was actually it's a protein mix. They have this little protein packet that is a liquid. I mixed it with a little water and I drink it. It hurts like hell, but it tastes really good. Day 2, I'm very sleepy. I can fall asleep pretty much instantly. Very sleepy. Okay, around lunchtime, they show up with more broth. I haven't even finished the first broth yet. I think it was around noon, several of my family members showed up, and they got to watch me sleep some more because I'm really tired. I feel like I've ran a marathon. I'm just exhausted. And it's almost like I've been drinking NyQuil all day. I'm just tired. I can fall asleep in a second. In the later afternoon, Dr. Hodges, my doctor, shows up, and she checks on me, and she explains that I should keep my on-cue pain pump in until tomorrow, and then I can remove it myself. I have no idea what she's talking about. What pain pump? And she says, the one that goes in your chest. So I lift up my little onesie they put on me, and there's a little tube that's actually going inside my chest. And the other end is connected to this ball. It's about the size of a tennis ball. And she explains that it is continuously putting painkiller inside me. I had no idea I had it on. I don't know how I did not know I had it on, but it was there. Dr. Hodges then says that I'm good to go home. So we pack everything up. Actually, my wife packs everything up. I change clothes. All right, so it's time for me to leave the hospital, and pretty much won't be able to eat ever again, but hopefully I'll lose some weight. See ya. And I walk myself out of the hospital, get to the car, and we drive home, where I go straight to sleep. I swear, it's like you drinking NyQuil. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, my throat hurts, I'm cursing that I had this surgery, I'm hating life. I just want to get to the next day at this point. Oh, I should also add, turning over in bed. Okay, when you lay on one side for a long time, for me, when I laid on one side, my hip would start hurting. So I would want to roll over. And the stitches in my stomach, or actually the staples in my stomach, I don't know if it was the staples or the incision, but it hurt like hell to roll over. It really hurt bad to roll over. And you can't just roll over. It's painful. I would have to get out of the bed, and then I would like slide in kind of. I tried as hard as I could to do it as painless as possible, and it didn't really work. But rolling over day 1, day 2, and day 3 is not easy. Pooping is not easy. So, okay, day 2, I peed finally, and my pee was a chocolate brown color. It was nasty looking. They measure your pee, and I guess it was okay. I peed again right before I left, and they measured that. I didn't poop for 3 days after the surgery, and when I pooped, it was like concrete. It was hard as hell. It was not a good poop. Still not a good poop. It's a week out, still not a good poop. I'm pooping pretty regularly now, but it's like concrete coming out of your butt. Day 3. Day 3, I wake up. The pain pump has turned into what looks kind of like a shriveled up apple core. So I pull the hose out of my own chest. It doesn't hurt at all. It just comes right out. Doesn't hurt. No big deal whatsoever. I didn't know what to expect. It was pain-free. On day 3, sipping water no longer is painful. You can't down water. You're not going to gulp water, but sipping water is no longer painful. One of the things is that packet of liquid protein that they gave me in the hospital. I found that you could buy it on Amazon. So I bought a couple of large containers of the same liquid protein. I also bought a container of liquid vitamins. So what I do is I just mix them together in a glass of water, and I just sip on it pretty much all day long. I fill up a glass of water, liquid protein, liquid vitamins, and just sip on it. And worked pretty well. I think on day 3, I probably drank more water than I have in years. Drink a lot of water on day 3. And I had probably more protein than I've had in years. I had a lot of protein. Day 3, I'm still sleeping a lot. Day 3, I'm exhausted. I'm still tired. I still can't roll over in the bed without getting out and having to readjust and slide back in. Day 3, I'm still trying to get to day 4. It sucks. Day 4. I have added frozen, sugar-free popsicles. It is so nice to be able to chew something. Day 4 is when things start to get a little better. Let's see, on day 4, I still can't use my stomach muscles. I'm having to use my arm. I kind of use my elbow to start propping myself up in the bed, and then I use my hand to push myself the rest of the way up. Still can't use the stomach muscles. The incisions on day 4 are starting to itch. I try not to scratch them. The staples are still in there. I just kind of rub them with my hands. They're itchy. Day 4, on day 4, I start drinking decaf tea. I mix 2 together, and it really works well. I really enjoy the decaf tea. I drink it pretty much every night, probably every morning too. I'm a big coffee drinker. So they say you can't have caffeine because the caffeine hurts your stomach. So I'm drinking the decaf tea, and it actually is helping. It actually, I liked it. In fact, I'm still drinking it. I'm still walking quite a bit, but I'm mainly walking because I'm bored. Day 5. Day 5, I get out of the house and I go Day 5, I get out of the house and I go grocery shopping. I'm eating broth. I eat broth day 3 and 4 as well. Day 5, I'm still tired, but I could easily have gone back to work on day 5. Day 6 and 7, I'm just going to wrap these together. I'm starting to feel a little more normal. I'm still eating broth. I still sip on the protein vitamin water. I've been doing that since day 3, and I still drink plenty of water, plenty of protein, plenty of vitamins. On day 6 and 7, especially day 7, I really feel like I could eat more. I really feel like I am ready for maybe some soups, like a tomato soup, but I don't. My wife and I went to a party, actually with my father-in-law, and we got to meet Eugene Lockhart. It was very exciting. At this party, of course, I'm drinking water, and everybody is eating. They had so much food at this party. My wife is eating food, my father-in-law is eating food. The strange thing is, I don't miss it. The strange thing is I would have thought I would have been upset that I couldn't eat any of the good food, because they had a lot of food there that is food I like. But I know my stomach, I can't eat it. So it's really not a big deal to me. My wife kept saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for eating in front of you." I'm like, not a big deal. I'm not even thinking about it. It's not a big deal, seriously. So that's where I am now. This is day 7. I feel better. I'm very happy I got the surgery now. Every day up until today, I just was wanting to get to the next day. It was like the thing I focused on, please let me just get to the next day. I just want to get to the next day. I didn't focus on anything else. Days 5, 6, and 7 were probably the first days I could actually watch TV. It's hard to explain, but days 2, 3, and 4 are kind of a blur about the TV. I can't tell you why. But on day 6, I laid in bed and watched movies all day. So it was very boring. And I'm still walking. The gas is gone. The gas, I can't tell you which day the gas went away on, but here on day 7, I don't have any gas. Poop still feels like concrete. I pee normal now, and I'm still drinking the protein vitamin water and sipping on it all day long. So I'm going to wrap it up here. First week done. I'm feeling great, and I'm excited about the surgery. See ya. Solid food. I think this is week 2. Trying. So far, so good. Solid food. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. Please like the video and please subscribe.
You spending most our life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a gangster's paradise.